Alright, so this is the first episode of Omari of Starfall. Let's get it. There is only one you on this whole entire planet, this whole world. And in this video, in this series of videos I'm doing, I want to encourage you to create that project, start that story, write that story, draw that comic, whatever you want to do, just do it. And you're unique in that there's only one you on this earth, and I'm sure you have some stories you want to tell with characters that you have in mind. And so in this video here, I'm sharing my process for creating my story, and I hope that I can encourage you and help you draw your own story, draw your own characters, and figure it out along with me, as I create this story, these characters. And so here in the background, I'm drawing my character Omari. This is who the story is about. I'm very excited to share more about the story in future videos, but for now I'm just talking about the character design, a little bit more about what the project is about and why I'm creating it. So yeah, like I said, there's only one you, and if you're like me, you probably have a story you want to tell, or characters that you want to draw, and I don't want to die without getting this story out my head. So in this series of videos, I'm going to be documenting the progress of me making Omari of Starfall. It is going to be a illustrated novel, and I'm doing that because I can write faster than I can draw, and I've always wanted to write a novel as well. And so because I love drawing, I love writing, you would think I want to make a comic, right? But like I said, I can write faster than I can draw. And so in this series of videos, I'm creating the illustrations that go alongside the story. And so there's going to be 5 chapters in this book, and I want to do around 10 to 15 illustrations. So that's about 2 per chapter if I'm going to do 10. But yeah, as a kid, I was inspired by cartoons like Avatar: The Last Airbender, anime like Naruto and Dragon Ball, and video games like Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. And I really fell in love with that fantasy storytelling, medieval fantasy storytelling and setting. And so that's what I'm doing with this project. Omari of Starfall is about a bounty hunter named Omari. That's who I'm drawing in the background, and his adventure, his journey as he works to get a bounty off of his head. So hopefully I can just share more about the story in later videos, but that's the basis of the story. Omari is a bounty hunter who gets a bounty on his own head somehow, which you'll find out in the story. But yeah, so far it's been fun writing the story, fun creating it, and right now, like I said, I'm just creating illustrations for it. And to do that, to better help myself, I'm creating these illustrations and these character designs of each character that are the most important characters in the story. So protagonists, antagonists, some of the side characters, obviously not every character, but the most important characters in the story. So yeah, so far it's been fun designing this character. I can already see my improvement from this character's earlier designs, like last year and stuff. And so if you have any questions that you want answered in this series of videos that I'm doing to create Omari of Starfall, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to help you guys out. Hopefully I can help you create your own story and design your own characters with these series of videos that I'm doing. So I'll be making videos on Omari of Starfall until I have a finished product in my hands. I want to create a finished book and just share the process with you and how I'm going about that. So it's gonna be a fun journey, and I hope that you will stick with me all the way to the end of it to show you what I create and what you can create as well. That's what I really want to do. Like, encourage you to create your own story and figure out how to do it. So what I really want to explore with this project is different rendering styles. Here in the background, I am drawing Omari in a more clean line art style and then coloring the drawing. This is definitely the faster way to do it. If I really want to make these illustrations quickly, this is going to be the easiest way to do it. But I still got to explore what I really want to do, because I can either do it fast or I can like take my time and challenge myself a little by painting and rendering the character in more detail, and you'll see that in a little bit in this video. This is the first iteration of drawings I've done for Omari, where I have rendered him in a more clean line art style and just trying to explore what I really want to do for the illustrations that are going to be in the book. I probably will include this in the book, but I definitely want to explore more of a painterly rendered style as well, and you'll see that in a little bit in the video in the time lapse. The most important thing about this project is using a reference. Make sure I have as much reference as I need to create what I want to create and tell the story I want to tell, because that's one thing I'm getting better at this year, is using as much reference as I need to draw and convey what I want to convey. And so, very fun. Another thing I wanted to talk about too, about the characters I'm drawing, is I don't really care if it's practical. I don't care if it looks like it shouldn't work or whatever. I just want it to look cool. And the more I think about it, Omari probably should have like a some type of holster on his weapons so that they're not stabbing him or people around him. But I'm like, whatever, man. I just want this to look cool. I'm not really interested in practicality. Like I said, I just want it to be a fun story and something that looks cool. So the reason why he has these giant blades is because he's fighting these, in the story, he is fighting these monsters called chaos monsters, and I imagine that these monsters are really big animals that have been changed by this mysterious energy in this world, this magical energy in this world that these characters fight. And as far as Omari goes, he is part of the Bounty Hunters Guild in Starfall. That's why this story is called Omari of Starfall. This is his birthplace, his place where he grew up, and now works as a bounty hunter for the Starfall Bounty Hunters Guild, where he hunts people, obviously, as a bounty hunter, but also chaos monsters. And I'm excited to explore that and share more details about that with you in the book and in these series of videos. But yeah, so far so good.
Perfect.
Right, so here's the first finished illustration for Omari. I did draw another one where he's like resting. Yeah, this one here in the top left corner, I finished that illustration before that previous one where he just completed a monster hunting bounty, and now is my second example for the rendering style I want to do, or I may want to do for this project. And actually, I'll say that this is what I actually want to do for all the characters that I draw and the illustrations that I do draw. I want to create them and draw them in this rendering style. And so right now, here is just a sketch phase. I used reference at 3 people, but I'm referencing the one pose of the guy on the left for Omari. And I can't stress it enough, like, use reference for whatever you draw. My visual library isn't that big to where I can just draw stuff from imagination like 100% of the time. It's good to practice doing that, but for now, for this project and for future videos, you'll definitely see me using reference a lot, especially for the setting and the environment that they're in. This medieval kind of fantasy setting. I want to make sure that the environment looks interesting, and then I'm not trying to just make stuff up. I want to draw stuff in detail, and the only way I'm going to do that is by using reference. So now you'll start seeing me finishing up this sketch and start the rendering process. This is very fun to do because I haven't done it in a while. In the last drawing I finished, it was a more clean line art style with coloring, but this time I'm just painting over my sketch lines and finishing it that way. So I like this illustration a lot more than the second one on screen here because I think there's a little bit more character to it. And this one, you can tell he's a little bit more sly, more of a cunning character, and still has that menacing vibe to it. So I enjoyed drawing this. I enjoyed the process of doing this, but I start off with a mask to lay down all my colors. I lock the layer so that I'm not drawing outside the box, and I am staying inside the lines. So yeah, just laying down all the flat colors, and then this is where the fun begins because I honestly didn't like it at this point, but I was like, just trust the process. We'll see where it goes, and hopefully, hopefully it's good. But yeah, I did enjoy where it ends up, because this is where I really start rendering everything and start cleaning things up. Instead of using that clean line art style, I'm just painting over the top of the sketch that I already did, and I really like how it turned out. The fun part about drawing characters is you get to see them standing next to each other, and I want to just see what these two characters look like standing next to each other. This character is not finished yet, but yeah, this is what these two characters would look like. This character, she's going to be a little bit smaller than Omari, but so far so good. I'm thinking that she's about this tall. His shoulder height, somewhere around there, like this. But I'm gonna do the same thing with this character. Render her this final design for this character, and in the next video talk about this character a little bit more. So this is like a quick little preview. But yeah, that's it for episode 1 of Omari of Starfall. I hope that this video series will help you out, help you create your own stuff, your own stories, and inspire you to do the same thing that I'm doing. Whatever it is you want to do, you can create it, you can do it. Just let's start now, you know? So I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.